and dress it up in gold and charm. But gravity don't care who you are. When the wheels come down, you're out of sight, and I'm just the ghost of your midnight flight. Hang up the tie, let the engines cool. Another quiet trip for another fool.
That ran a little longer than I thought. Here we go. After being pecked by a radioactive bird, a somewhat mannered Tuthill was compelled to become Kinneas, the Sky Dude. All right. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you might be in time and space itself. Kinneas here, episode number 396. Yeah, it's going to kind of be a rinse and repeat. Yesterday, I was pretty sad about that landing yesterday. Disregard that. We're going to try it again. That's just typical, though, right? So the cover art, the first woman to fly solo around the world. I did not know this. It was before my time, but, you know, it's not something that I recall ever being taught in school. So the gist of it is March. Okay, so it started in March 19th, and she flew from March 19th to the 17th of April in 1964. Yeah, a couple years before I was born. Geraldine Fredritz, or Jerrie Mock, so Jerrie Mock, landed her 1953 Cessna 180 Spirit of Columbus N1538C at Columbus, Ohio, completing a circumnavigation of the Earth. She had begun at 9:31 a.m. 19 March 1964. Mock was the first woman to complete a circumnavigation by air. Her journey covered 23,103 miles. The total elapsed time was 29 days, 11 hours, 59 minutes. The flight set a Fédération Aéronautique Internationale world record for speed around the world. Eastbound, 52.7 kilometers per hour, 32.78 miles per hour. And we're in the vehicles now, in the simulator anyway, 500 miles an hour. This thing will do 300 knots probably, that we're going to be flying today. Okay. She held 22 FIA world records set between 1964 and 1969. It's crazy. So the passenger seats were removed and replaced with additional fuel tanks, additional radios, and instruments were installed. So she was all about the instruments at that time. That's good stuff. The Cessna Model 180 is an all-metal four-piece high-wing monoplane. Yep. And then in the picture, she's getting her award. So on May 4th, 1964, President Lyndon B. Johnson presented Jerrie Mock with the Federation Aviation Agency Gold Medal for Distinguished Service, and the Fédération Aéronautique Internationale awarded her its Louis Blériot Silver Medal. So pretty far out, madam. Grab my coffee, raise a toast. Wherever you are in time and space, madam. Cheers. Yesterday was Reflection Day, where not a whole lot of achievements happened that day in history. It was more about, sadly, the tragedies that have occurred yesterday in time and space. And yesterday was Reflection Day, at the risks that people have taken to advance aviation. So, toast to all you folks too. Okay, look at this airplane up in the air. So today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. And during the pre-show, if you were tuned in, the reason why I started so early is I wanted to test some things. And one of the things I'm testing is manual ad placement. If you get an ad at all, let me know. Scream your head off. Kinneas just played an ad. If I'm not telling you it's playing an ad, it shouldn't be playing an ad. That's what I have to resort to now. Their ad system is so screwed up, no matter what setting I set. Manual settings, I schedule my settings. 15 minutes between ads or 30 minutes between ads. And that's it. And so everybody's telling me, you're putting too many ads. And I'm like, I just am doing 1 or 2 an hour. They're like, no, it's doing one every 3 or 4 minutes. What? It's true. So when I go back into the editor after a show is published, it's just, every episode is just loaded with ads. And so this last week, I've been trying different settings. Maybe it's confused. Let me try it again. Try this one. Try that one. 18 minutes, 30 minutes. And no matter what I'm setting, it's broken. Trying to find that longitude. So the only other option that I have is to do them manually. Like real broadcasting again. Hey, it's 15 minutes after the hour, time for a break. You know, hey, it's 30 minutes after, it's 45 minutes after the hour. Hey, top of the hour, time for a station ID. You're watching Kinneas on. So yeah, and I don't know why I'm apologizing for YouTube, but my deepest apologies for the ads, the ad spam. But then they've also given me the ability to, I'm not sponsored by anyone, but they've now given me the option to do product drops of related content, something related to this live stream. Okay, so I went looking and I can drop like Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, the different versions of it, the joystick that I've just purchased, my previous joystick, and other flight sim related things. So I'm gonna be trying to do some of that. Get over to the chat room. Forgive me. Start of the show. Haven't looked. Hazardous. I didn't see any ads, but I have YouTube Premium. Well, that definitely would probably explain that, right? Because YouTube Premium's all about no ads, right? Pay. So, I mean, how clever that is of them. Everybody's doing it now. Oh, you don't want to see ads? Well, how about you just pay a little bit more? The whole point of going to you to begin with was, folks, here's history lesson. The point of Cablevision in the past, we used to have 3 channels, ABC, NBC, and CBS. Okay? And they had to have ads to, help get themselves funded. So no matter what, I mean, back in the day, you couldn't skip ads. So cable TV comes along, and the big promise of cable TV was that, hey, no more ads. If you want to watch ads, you can watch the ad channel, the shopping channel, But on cable TV, we won't have ads, and that's why you're coming over to us, and we'll have programs like HBO and da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So the whole promise of Cablevision to begin with was no ads. And after a while, that went away.
Captain, we're ready. Can we start boarding?
So then we finally, in this digital age,
Flight SVI 49 parking 1. Clear to start passenger boarding.
So in the digital age, now we have, you don't want to pay the big premium prices? How about you just come over to Hulu? Come over to Netflix. Come over to this. Look at how cheap we are. We're so cheap. The whole point of leaving Cablevision was to be able to selectively choose what you wanted at a greater discount price. So you're not paying the $100. Now it's like $1,000 for all the services if you want to get all this. So The house always wins. Ah! The house always wins. And now they're doing the same thing on Netflix and other channels, other premiums. Oh, well, we have to have ads. We're making record profits, like money hand over fist, money that people can't even imagine. Oh, we need more money. Well, now we're making our own stuff, our own content, and we have to pay for that. Started out at $7 a month, $8 a month, and $20 a month. Prime's doing that. They're playing ads now. Just like YouTube. You don't want to see an ad? Pay us a little more. So, it's weird. You only watch 2 shows on a network, Real America's Voice. They just raised the price too, went up from 30 to 35. Cable turned to ads all the time. Yeah, that's why you didn't watch it. Oh, I have a good thing. Good thing he's bothering me before we got started. I have a cat that wants to jump out of the plane. He's changed his mind. He doesn't want to be in for this flight. So give me a second. Let me let this cat out.
TAWS system
Come on, buddy.
Okay.
Hey, Hazard and Lazy. Yesterday, you were telling me you guys got a little bit of snow. I don't know how much snow you finished getting and ended up with.
No takeoff. No takeoff. No takeoff.
Oh, there she is again, the no takeoff lady.
No takeoff. No takeoff.
Okay.
Daily ground.
But the cold air has arrived in Colorado Springs from Salt Lake. All that cold air is now pushing over, and I want it to bring the snow.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er is cleared to Charlie Yankee Papa Zulu Airport as filed. Runway tree 1. Climb and maintain flight level 400. Departure frequency is 118.05. Squawk 5414.
Mouthful. So I want that snow. And everybody, I'm like, oh, good, we might get that snow coming over from the Salt Lake area that they were talking about yesterday. And everybody's like, I'm tired of the snow. You're in the wrong state.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er. Did you hear my last transmission?
I did.
Clear to Charlie Yankee Papa Zulu as filed. Runway tree 1. Climb and maintain flight level 400. Departure frequency is 118.05. Squawk 5414. Kin Sierra Victor India 49er. Kin Sierra Victor India 49er. Readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.7 when ready to taxi. Good day.
So this is an RNAV approach.
Hi team, ready to leave for Burns Lake? I see you're already getting everything prepped for our passenger, Mrs. Crawford. We expect all of you to provide her with the best of service. I know I can count on you. Have a good flight, Captain.
Okay, so they're going to dump us here. Actually, this RNAV takes us pretty much right to the runway, which is nice. Normally, it's like over here, and they rarely, well, so far, this last month, rarely have the RNAVs put us on a runway. It's always somewhere off to the side or back or whatever, and you've got to get your way there. So that's nice. I forgot to change the flight level before I jumped in and hit go. If you change it out on one of the earlier screens, like change this over to 15,000 or 20,000, so you don't have to climb so high, especially if you're going to skip cruise, you can change it. Sometimes you can change it like right now before you get to the runway. So if I were to go flight level 250, send it over to ATC and avionics. Sometimes they'll change. They'll actually try to adjust a little bit, but sometimes not. They're like, sorry, you should have filed that a little while ago, buddy. Hey, there's Nerdroid. Now, how did you do that earlier? Channel, your bot does something where you can post and say, "Hey, go to this guy's channel," and it's not. That's hazardous. Well, yeah, hazardous channel too. So some way for me to do what your bot did, I need something like that to where this is the link to Hazardous channel. I recommend you follow Hazardous if you're not following Hazardous. And Nerdroid, you're in Salt Lake. Really? So Nerdroid, and Hazardous and Lazy are all in the rough vicinity of Salt Lake. That's crazy. I'm glad to be here to see that. The channel for Nerdroid Gaming. I had such a good time chatting with you earlier. His channel is here. Okay. 16 minutes after the hour, and you know what that means? It means Kinneas has got to manually get into the habit of placing an ad. 15 minutes is reasonable. I'm an old school radio DJ type person. So the breaks are always like 15 minutes after the hour, bottom of the hour, 45 minutes after the hour, yada, yada, yada. Here comes a break. Okay. Hopefully that wasn't too painful. And did I set up one of those product drops? Probably not. I'll do that next break. Okay.
Haley Tower, Kin Sierra Victor India, 49er at runway, tree 1 ready for departure. IFR to Charlie Yankee Papa Zulu.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er, altimeter tree 019er. Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1.
Okay.
Cleared for takeoff runway tree 1. Kin Sierra Victor India, 49er.
All right, this is where we inform the passenger about the takeoff.
Dear passengers, welcome on board this flight to Burns Lake. I'm First Officer Matt Gale, and I'm here to ensure you have an enjoyable flight to Burns Lake today. If there's anything we can do to make your flight more enjoyable, please let us know. I gently remind you to fasten your seatbelt and that this is a non-smoking flight. You'll find a safety briefing card in the seat pocket in front of you. Prepare for takeoff. Thank you.
Okay, as captain, I have to say, though, it's my plane. I made it to the point where now I own the plane. And I'm sorry I didn't brief you. Whoa. Co-pilot. Whoa. Hands down, right? Microsoft Flight Simulator. Hands down the most butt ugly NPCs in any game. It wins the award, hands down. Okay. Man, that co-pilot threw me entirely off. Spooky. Okay, this plane has a toga button. You might want to bind one. Okay. Discovered the flaps are over here. I don't like dark black cockpits. I can't see anything. It all blends into one another. I don't even like dark car interiors. I'd prefer a white on black rather than black, black on white. What am I trying to say here? I'd rather prefer everything be white with black text. And then when you're looking out on a really bright day, driving a car with a dark interior, then you look at your dash. I'm blind. Can't tell how fast I'm going. All right. It also this aircraft also has an auto throttle button. It's kind of tough to see, but it's back here in this little hole. Oh, and she knows not to do it. Knows not to do it. One moment. Okay. So, auto throttle all. I will. I don't know if you engage it now. You know, I haven't tried it before. To engage it on takeoff. And see if it'll manage it. We're set to toga. Let me try it. Famous last words. Okay. Thank you for tuning in. If I am not subscribed to you, why not? I don't bite. Jump into the chat room. Say hello. Drop an emoji. You can, you know, just don't be a troll. But hello, say hi. And it puts 3 dots next to your name. And one of those...
V1.
Whoa, this playing easy. Got a trim set at 60%. That's pretty steep. Bring it down to like 35%. That's just
Sierra
way
Victor
too steep.
India 49er contact Salt Lake Center on 118.05. Good day.
Okay, autopilot, nav, flight level change. Bank limiter. Come on, autopilot, I'm trusting in you.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er. Acknowledge last transmission.
118.05 for Kin Sierra Victor India.
Excessive flap speed, Captain.
Oh, yes.
Captain, we're in overspeed. We need to slow down.
Really? So FMS didn't... Huh. Yeah, it's taking us off like mad in the overspeed territory. So let me pull the throttle back. Let me do manual speed control though, and this climb is scaring me. Oh my god, it blew up my altitude.
Terrain. Terrain.
We're gonna run right into the mountain, folks.
Terrain.
When in a scary situation, disengage that darn autopilot. Let's try to cut through here. Wow. You let me down, plane.
Terrain. 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 Terrain.
Yeah, all right, all right. Relax. All right. Now I know how to have the trim so high. Okay, let's try this again. So, nav. Yes. Yes. Autopilot, flight level change. And again, it blew out the altitude. So now I need to put the altitude back. Why'd you do that, you silly thing? This altitude knob, one thing I've noticed, it's not as zippy as, let's say, the CG4. You spin that knob and you put, you know, you grab it and you pull or twist or whatever you're doing. And the knob, all of a sudden, bam, you're up to 40,000 feet. You have to repeatedly spin this knob. Over and over and over. It moves so slow. Or maybe that's the mode I'm in. This. There we go. And I'm not paying attention. I've got so much crap to do that I think they said 40. Yeah, 40,000 feet. It's up in the corner. Tap flight level change again. Again, not happy with the... There's another hill. another mountain, and I'm not happy with how it managed the speed right there. The last flight that I did, maybe it was just because it was so low. I don't know. It didn't overspeed the last time. It handled everything beautifully speed-wise in the last flight. All right, let me get back over to the chat. Hazardous. Wait. Okay. Let me catch up. Forgive me. You are much better at keeping up with chat than I am. But let me just get it to where she's stable for me, and I think we're okay now, and I can get back over to the chat. Do I use Navigraph? No, I do not. I'm poor all the time. We talked about that a little bit. It's been a long road. So, no, I prefer to use anything that's free, like SkyVector. Can't arm auto throttle until after takeoff. Thank you very much. So that will definitely explain. But it's weird. Auto throttle's up there. So it engaged. Huh. I have to work on that one again. Thank you for the heads up. Now I can arm the auto throttle. I don't mess with autopilot until I'm up in the main leg and out of danger. I've been experimenting with different times to engage it. Right? Try to get everything set, and right as I'm taking off, kick it in. Or sometimes I've tried kicking it in, right before I actually take off. Because all I'm doing is going forward, and everything should just take. So I fiddle with that quite a bit. You use the mouse wheel to scroll those. I get a lot of time in business jets. The Honda Jet is my #1 most flown plane. I don't normally buy add-on stuff because I've got so much stuff to learn how to use. I mean, I don't even know how to fly most of these things. That I don't buy planes. That's why I didn't need to buy any of the other versions of Microsoft Simulator, like the Aviator Edition or the Premium Deluxe this time around. Because all the difference, the real big difference between the different versions is just the number of planes that they were throwing at us. And again, it comes down to, I don't know how to fly any of these yet, expertly. And so, I'm in no real hurry to buy something else. Make a long story short, I wanted that Honda Jet the day it released. That is one of the aircraft that I actually did buy. I saw it and I'm like, I have to have it. I have to have it. I want to see the new Avion, or the new, it was back then, these little tiny touchpads, right? These? It was one of the first ones where I saw this type of FMC. And so I really wanted to learn how to use these Garmin touch screens. And I love flying the thing. I absolutely love the Honda Jet. They've got that Cirrus Vision Jet, very close. Yeah, I agree with you, sir. The Honda Jet is amazing. You have the fly-by-wire PMDG Honda Jet. Wow. Okay. I had the fly-by-wire Airbus A320. I really enjoyed the 320, and I really enjoyed the study level version and learning all that stuff. But then I started the career, and it was going to be long before I got back to the Airbus, so just put it aside. So now I'm a company owner, and we're getting back into, I'm trying to save up to own an airline company and be able to afford the cheapest, which is Airbus A320 Neo. Thinking about getting that one back. Fly-by-wire does great stuff. Let me grab my mug again. Here's to you, fly-by-wire folks. Cheers. Cheers, cheers, cheers. Speaking of different editions, I mentioned that I wanted to do the ad thing tonight, the ad placement thing, and product drop testing. So, it is time. It is the bottom of the hour. So stand up, stretch, get a drink, get a beverage. Here comes an ad. I'm gonna play a song, and I'm gonna throw up the product drop for Premium Deluxe version of Microsoft Flight Simulator in 56 seconds, if that's working right. And I'm gonna go get a recharge, put the song on, click this ad thing, and go get a cup of coffee. So, be right back.
Kinneas keeps his collar tight, like he's strangling luck every single night. Logbook thick with 1,000 lies, stamped and signed under borrowed skies. They say he's golden, steady hands, built his name on shaky lands. Every landing clean and neat, but fate keeps tapping at his feet. Oh, he laughs it off like a cheap cliche, but death's been circling anyway. Kinneas won't go down, not tonight. Even when the engines cough mid-flight, he's dancing on a razor line between we're fine and we're out of time. Yeah, he shrugs it off when he hits the ground, but something keeps trying to take him down. Hydraulics fail at 32. Cabin's calm, but he knows the truth. Co-pilot's pale, the checklist shakes, while Kinneas smirks at the breaks it makes. Seen this once or twice before,
he's not quite sure anymore.
Flips the switch with a gambler's grace, like he's cheating time in a losing race. So the tower calls, but he cuts them short. He's got his own kind of last resort. Kinneas won't go down, not today. Even when the sky turns shades of gray, he's stitching seconds into air, like he's got a deal with nowhere. Yeah, he walks away when the tires scream, but you can't outrun every bad dream. Coffee cold and his hands still shake from another call he just escaped. They pat his back like he's bulletproof, but he's running thin on borrowed truth. Every nice save cuts him deep, 'cause luck like that don't come cheap. Mayday, no, stand by. I've got it. Forget all the times he bent the rules of fate, running late at heaven's gate. Yeah, the wheels touch down, the crowd's unbound, but someday luck won't be around. So he straightens up, plays it cool, just another flight, just another fool.
And ain't that the truth? So, I don't know if it did. I actually should probably be running it on another screen, but I've got so much stuff open. So it should have played an ad, and it should have done the product drop for the premium edition, premium deluxe edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. So if you don't have those, which I know you guys do, but if you don't have those, click it there. Help out yours truly. They'll send me a cut, I guess. I haven't seen it work yet. I'm not avid about using it. I haven't, got into it, but all right. So update for Saturday night. Now I need to double check. Lazy wants to do some military flying, like heavy ships followed by jet fighters, or he wants to do something military, and I really want to do it too. And it's on Saturday, and I don't know the time yet. I got to double check. But dinner plans have just come up for this weekend. So, and Christine, the Mrs. SKYDUDE, she booked us. So I'm hoping I can still be able to do that. Tonight I want to try to do the Laser Bolts group. They're an older group of folks like myself, right? And older, and that's not a bad thing. And they've been flying for 14 years together. And they do their Friday night flights. So let me grab their Laser Bolts video channel is, and they welcome anybody, and they do the heavies too. They fly like the Hercules. They fly the Hercules aircraft, and they'd enjoy it when folks want to jump in and fly along and do the military flying escort too. So I'm going to try like an F-16 or F-18 tonight and see if they can see me. They couldn't see the F-35 last time, and it may have been a different problem, but I don't even want to risk it messing with it tonight. So whatever one they gave us, whatever default, the 16 or 18, I forget. I think it's the 18. Either way, there's the link to the Laser Bolt videos chat. Okay. You won't be joining them until you're a competent pilot? No, sir. And I was mentioning in the pre-show that I was on your channel before, yada, yada, yada. And I was mentioning, and I'm impressed. You speak air traffic control. I don't yet speak air traffic control. And no. So, I wouldn't even know what to do over on VATSIM. So I'm thinking about say intentions. I want something, comfortable to where I can become comfortable speaking it. If not, just one of these days I'm going to knuckle down and get one of those air traffic control. There's a couple of them out there that teach you how to speak ATC and just drill it. And I don't drill it in the simulator. I don't respond. I can just practice it by responding as I'm pressing the respond key. But no, not yet. I don't have a lot of things. Tap, tap, Mr. Sponsor out there. I still don't have a sponsor. I'm just using flight controllers. I don't have any foot pedals. Don't have any customized gear. Don't have a special HOTAS. So if you're a sponsor out there and you're looking for somebody to give you a review, poke. I hear this guy Kinneas, he's sticking to it. He's already done like 390 live streams, and that's just the SKYDUDE stuff he's done, not counting all the other flight stimulator stuff he's done. You haven't used the EFB in the game for months. You're a computer science teacher by trade. No wonder you knew all about that coding stuff. I'm a coding noob. I used to be really good with computers back in the day, you know. I started out with MS-DOS. And, you know, for a short period of time, a couple of years, technical support professional. Phone service for Gateway Computers. And at that time, way back when, I won a lot of awards for being a decent tech support professional. But these days, everything changes so much. I'd like to still think I'm pretty good with computers. But yeah, I mean, I don't do tech support anymore or anything like that. And I definitely, again, don't know anything about coding. There was an opportunity for me to really get into coding when I was much younger, and I didn't. And now I'm doing flight simulators. Right? I think I made a bad choice somewhere. Okay, overspeed. We must be in cruise. Yep, 40,000. All right, so now what do we do? Can we control it manually or go back to FMS? Will it control it? Do I have to reduce the throttle a little bit? Hold fail. So I switched it back to FMS and it seems to be coming down. We're at our altitude. We're in cruise. Actually, we may not be. Let me hit the barometer button. Put it to standard. Yeah, we're not there yet. Okay, it's still coming down. That's kind of like the CJ4. If you've got it set to full throttle, once you hit your cruise altitude or thereabouts, it doesn't know what to do with itself. And if your engines or your throttle set to full, yeah, you overspeed in that thing too. I hazardous dabbled in HTM for a while, but that's all useless now. Everything is past. Yeah. Oh, okay. So let me throw this up there. Thank you to thank you to Hazardous for helping me reach my goal of being my. Now where did it go? My first super chat. Like, set a goal. Start with 1. Excellent. I got 1. Thank you, Hazardous. Thank you for all that you do. Everything. All the music that I've been playing today is from Hazardous. We were talking about Suno on your channel, Nerd Droid, and Hazardous FDM has been working with Suno for a week or two or more, and just generating the coolest songs. And he has been generating songs for me, like Kinneas Won't Go Down, which you just heard, and all these other great tracks, and all my Haunted CJ4 tracks. And then we tried making it do a bro buddy film, like a Disney buddy film between two male pilots who may not see eye to eye, or they have, they're different, but in the end they come together. And for the first week, everything that it tried knocking out just came out wrong. It had more of them, like, they ended up being like more romantic. It really couldn't get the competing character thing, contrasting character. They were all more like love songs. And then the other day he knocked that duet out of the park, or between he and Suno. I am completely blown away with what that thing is producing. I knew it was getting good. I had heard song creating AI was getting good, but I did not even imagine it would be that good at this point in time. Blown my mind. So, anybody out there, if you want to super chat, please do. And if you need help with, I guess, understanding how to use, I'm going to be asking him for help soon. Hazardous is right there. I'm sure he has the answers. He's figuring it all out. So I mentioned today is this day in aviation history. The cover art today was all about Jerrie Mock. I wasn't taught this in school, but Geraldine Fredritz Mock landed her Cessna 180 Spirit of Columbus at Columbus, Ohio, completing a circumnavigation of the Earth. She had begun at 9:31 on the 19th of March, and she landed this day in history, April 17th. She was the first woman to complete a circumnavigation of the Earth by air. All we're ever really taught about is Amelia Earhart. I did not know that. I'm glad she survived and it didn't turn into another tragic story. Okay, so something I learned about Nerd Droid. He's doing Flight Simulator, but he also likes variety, which I do too, and so does Hazardous. Okay, so Nerd Droid also plays other games. So if you're into, I didn't really catch all the different games. We talked about Oregon Trail. I found out they actually did remake the thing. And we were talking about The Sims, and either way, he doesn't just do Microsoft Flight Simulator. And Hazardous is also a variety gamer. Hazardous is currently doing Red Dead Redemption 2 and Microsoft Flight Simulator, and on Sundays he does Farming Simulator, something I had never done before. And I am now spending Sunday afternoons, early evenings with Hazardous and a gentleman named Atlas, helping him run a farm, and I'm really liking it. So if you're part of this little community and you might be tuned in here, and if you have Farming Simulator, I don't know how many farmers Hazardous may want, but I think that'd be a blast. How many people can you get? Is there a limit to how many farmers you can have, multiplayers you can have in your simulator at one time? Nerdroid says, I also have Linktree style custom sites for streams with the side company. Wow. You started an LLC for side work. Wow. Cool. I hope that's great for you. I don't know what that really means. I don't know what a Linktree style custom site is. I can't afford a website anymore. That's how my fortune has changed. Can't even afford to have a website up anymore. What's the point? It's not doing anything for me. Not getting any work through it. It wasn't. Oh, that's cool. Hazardous says the more the merrier. We are trying to build a small little community here. Hazard has got a great Discord. I'm not good with Discord. And so I say Hazardous is kind of running the community where that's concerned. So if you're looking to get into, a gamer community, well, this one's kicking off. So make sure you link up with Hazardous and Not that I mind. At the top of my chat, I put the Discord chat and voice channel. If you want to come in at any time, you'll be on air. Just be aware of that if you hop in. I'm not really good with it, so I can't, you know, micromanage things and mute you and mess around with stuff like that. If you come in, it's open mic. But you're more than welcome to. And to join me and to subscribe to me on Discord, or drop your Discord links. There's Atlas. I was just talking about you. Yeah, exactly. Atlas, we'd like to introduce you to Nerd Droid, who's in the chat room, and he's doing what we're all doing. He's doing Microsoft Flight Simulator, and he's doing variety gaming, just like you are, and just like Hazard is, and just like I am. And I would like to recommend that you two follow each other as well. So, Atlas, Droid, Atlas, Doctor. Okay. Henbo, let's look at our flight plan here. Are we making good time? No, not yet. No. Okay, I'm gonna speed up the sim rate. Normally I just skip, but I don't really want to skip. And Mr. Lazy advised me, no, don't skip, just speed up the sim rate a bit. That's something I haven't really done much, if ever. But I'm gonna go ahead and do that now. Not a lot. See if it works. It's working. Okay. Yeesh. Might be a little too windy for me to do that. I don't know. All that bouncing around. All right, I just took it back one notch. All right, let's see where that gets us in the next hour. I don't want to be on too long. And I need a break and to get things done and to be back as fast as I can tonight to try to hook up with laser bolts. I think they start like 6 p.m. MST. Could be totally wrong about that, but I'm going to be aware and sitting around after 6 p.m. to make sure that I catch everything. Oh, that's great, Atlas. So, I would like to ask all three of you. I've got notifications on for all three of you. So I'm going to know what's coming up next, and pretty soon, I guess, you're all going to know what each other's doing as well. But if you don't mind telling the audience in the chat what your next thing is, what's coming up, and if you want to throw links out, or if you want to... But anyway, if you could please tell me or the audience what you're doing next, or soon, or coming up. And if you want to, again, drop links, advertise all you want, please do. That's great. Thank you, gentlemen. We're going to raise these ships. Let me get this out of the way. I don't know that I've ever seen that game. I'll hurry up with my chores tonight to be back earlier. Oh, I've heard about Sea of Thieves. Ooh. I was going to mention to you earlier, Nerd Droid, that out of the coming games, we're talking about games on Steam that are coming out or just gaming in general. And we talked about Star Citizen, and I was going to say, curiously, the MMO that I think I'm most interested in next is a pirate game called Ahoy. I've watched their early development things, and I hope it's not true that they may abandon the MMO part of it. I don't know what they're going to do. But Ahoy, the art, the realization of these ships and their interiors and all the details that are going in to make it realistic. You know, they've been researching all the ships. Anyway, their development videos are phenomenal. Wow. So it's called Ahoy. And it's going to be a, you know, like a pirate MMO. Or may not be the MM. I don't know what they're going to do. But that was the last game that just caught my eye, and I said, wow, I really want to do that. I'd really like to try Kingdom Come 2. Kingdom Come was fantastic. Hazardous is currently playing Red Dead Redemption, and now I'm getting hooked on the idea of picking up Red Dead Redemption as well, or Part 2. Ahoy looks amazing.
Captain, we are at 50% of tank.
Maybe it is. I'm getting close to a stall speed. I sure am, aren't I? Thank you for catching that. Maybe I am confused as to... That's weird. The computer's supposed to be handling speed. The auto throttle is on. You toggle it off and on again. Whoa.
Auto throttle.
Wow. So I clicked it. It said it was on, but when I clicked it, I only pushed this button one time. And it says it's toggled back on. So I'm getting I was getting potentially a false auto throttle reading. Thank you for bringing that up and making me aware of that. And I clicked that button. And now she's all speeding up again. These little eccentricities. Hey, Aaron. Whoa, thank you all for bringing that to my attention. Yeah, now let's see what the FMS does. Hopefully it doesn't overspeed me now. What's it gonna do? What's it gonna do? Almost Aaron is in the chat room. Gentlemen, if you're not subscribed to Aaron, Almost Aaron, please subscribe. Aaron, if you're not subscribed to the gentleman in the chat room, Atlas, Nerd Droid, and Hazardous, which I'm sure you probably are. But if not, if you would please, sir, subscribe to those gentlemen. Admiral, I call him Admiral Aaron. He's more than almost. He's an admiral. He's a mogul. I'm starting to overspeed. Don't make me not like you, airplane, please. I'll put it into manual and dial it to 250, 249, somewhere, whatever. I don't think that it should push you to a red line. So I don't know what's up with the FMS. Maybe you have to, I don't know. I'm learning. Okay, so Zomboid. Nerdroid says he's going to be doing some Zomboid or Sea of Thieves. Either one, if I'm around after dinner, if I can get my crap done, I'll be back and I want to check out either one of those. It doesn't really matter which one you're playing. I'm interested in both. Sea of Thieves just looks beautiful. I almost want to get it because I'm so enamored with the aesthetic of the way it looks that I just want to own it and go in it and experience that for a while. It's really, really good looking. And on the ship MMO, it could be, you're right, it could be the other title. All I know is there's these great pirate games that are going to be coming out. I've been looking to try to find my old Sid Meier's Pirates, and I can't. Somebody told me it was on Steam, and it's not. I haven't looked over on the EA site to see if Sid Meier's Pirates is available. I'd rather not buy it again, but I really can't find my discs. And I've been itching to play that one again. You have 3,000 hours in Sea of Thieves. Hazardous has Sea of Thieves, but he's never played it. Wow. Now, Sea of Thieves, right? If I'm not mistaken, that one is also a sort of multiplayer. So you can all... I hope I'm not wrong on that. Can you play together on that one? Man, we're really hauling and bouncing around. Hey, it's the top of the hour. Okay, pardon me a moment. I got to get set up to drop an ad manually and do a product placement and play another song.
This show brought to you by Mikach. I'm replicating that.
That was just something from back in my hailing frequency or early subspace radio days. Too many screens open. That should be the countdown screen now. I'll be right back. Time for a coffee recharge. Top of the hour, you're watching Kinneas the Sky Dude. Hanging out with friends. Good chatting friends today. Thank you, folks.
Kinneas in the cockpit, boots on the floor, coffee in a thermos, one eye on the door. Says a quick prayer, laughs, let's roll. Sunrise painting stripes across his soul. He's a sky dude, Kinneas, riding that blue. Got a good town grin and a high up view. Yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today. But he's built on faith and runways. Sky dude, Kinneas, chasing that climb, heart wide open, right on time. Every little bump just makes him laugh, 'cause he was born to take that path. Seatbelt click and a thumb to the dash. Treat me right, baby, let's make it last. Clouds like cotton on a clothesline swing. He taps a yoke and starts to sing. Oh yeah, he's a sky dude, Kinneas, riding that blue. Got a good town grin and a high up view. Oh yeah, yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today. But he's built on faith and take that path. If the wind gets wild, he just leans back, humming that tune, keeping on track. Says every takeoff's just a new chance, friend, to kiss the clouds and land again. Hey, he's a sky dude, Kinneas, riding that blue. Got a good town grin and a high up view. Hey, yeah, he jokes, hope I don't crash today. Oh, but he's built on faith and runaways. Sky dude, Kinneas, chasing that climb, heart wide open, right on time. Every little bump just makes him laugh, 'cause he was born to fly like that.
I could not find T-Dog's channel earlier. So something about the chat in YouTube. If you are the chat moderator, it's my channel, it's my chat, and you're chatting in my chat, I can click the 3 dots next to your name, and it gives me the option to go to channel. Well, I get channel activity, go to channel, yada, 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 put user in timeout, hide user on this channel, or add you as a moderator. And it makes it so easy to go right to your channel when people come in and start chatting and immediately subscribe to them and turn on notifications. But what we can't do, and I don't understand it, why don't we have that same option as a viewer? So when I was on Nerd Droid's channel earlier, there was a person in there named T-Dog, and I clicked the dots next to his name, and you don't get that option. So as a chatter, that's dumb. That option should be for everybody in a chat, so you can all immediately sub to each other. And you know, seems to make sense to me. That just makes it so easy for everybody. Okay, cool. Let me click go to your channel. Got subbed. Done. Done. I'll put more feedback in with YouTube creator community stuff. But yeah, I guess you can copy and paste. Yeah, I know. You're right, Admiral. You can copy and paste their name to find it, but you shouldn't have to. It's a feature that we have that everybody else should have as a general chatter. It usually comes up. How old are you, Kinneas? Old. As a short answer. But to put it into internet computer age terms, speaking of chat, I was there when chat was born. The day prior to chat being born, well, the 48 hours to 72 hours before chat was officially born was the time period of the bulletin board systems and forums. And you would go into your bulletin board or forum and you would make a post, and if you were lucky, it would show up under 24 hours. And then somewhere down the road, it became, oh, cool. Every 12 hours, whatever you posted would post onto the forum or bulletin board system. And we were all role-playing at that time. Freeform fantasy role-playing on the internet, in the Prodigy and America Online. So cool. Then it was every several hours. And now things started heating up. Everybody was typing a lot faster, of course. Then it became every hour. 30 minutes, 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 5 minutes, 1 minute, and chat was born. So people are like, oh, I remember what video I watched when MTV turned on. I remember what I was doing when chat was born. The moment it happened, where everything we typed became real time. You changed the settings, so I should show up in your list now. As I don't think you clicked the button. I closed the app and reopened. That's weird. I hope I showed, and I know it when I did it over on Nerd Droid's channel. He got a Streamlabs pop up too, or whatever it was. One of those, hey, Kinneas subscribed. So I know it registered me. I do too. It's unfortunate that I let it down yesterday. Yesterday was my first flight in this thing. I think I have flown it in the past before, but not since I started a career, so 2 years. And I came in too slow. I don't know yet the zen of this cockpit. Okay, so coming in for a landing in this cockpit, even VFR, IFR, or ILS, doesn't matter. I don't know the zen yet. To use manual speed control, to use FMS control, to turn it off and do it manual that way. So I'm not entirely comfortable yet. And so I disengaged on approach, and I didn't have enough throttle in, and the engines didn't spool up fast enough, and so I crashed. I crashed on landing, but it was a good crash. As a matter of fact, it was the best darn crash I've ever had, because when I went back out to my company screen to go check out how much damage I had done to the thing, there was none. So I crashed and I failed the mission, but didn't do any damage to the plane. So I'm hoping I better not get too distracted too and possibly miss my descent.
Vancouver Center, Kin Sierra Victor India.
Yeah, we're getting pretty
49er,
close.
Flight level 400.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er, Vancouver Center, radar contact, continued in APB. Kin Sierra Victor India 49er, descend and maintain flight level 260.
There we go. Flight level 260. All right, let's put it back into flight level change. And it looks like it's doing it. It's already begun a small little descent.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er. Did you hear my last transmission?
Hi, Captain, I did. Okay. So coming down from 39 to 26. And I've slowed it down just a touch.
Descend and maintain flight level 260.
Man.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er.
Time flies when you are having fun and chatting with folks.
Kin Sierra Victor India 49er, descend and maintain 15,000. Keep speed not above 180 knots.
Not above 180 knots. So let's dial this down and see if it'll do it.
Descend and maintain 15,000. Keep speed not above 180 knots. Kin Sierra Victor India 49er.
Good day.
All right, now I don't know if I need to toggle the auto throttle on and off again like what happened before, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it anyway.
Auto throttle.
128.8 for Kin Sierra Victor India 49er.
And now flight level change is really stalled. Come on. Come on, you. Pull back on the throttle a tiny bit. See if that'll wake it up. FMS should be used by most flights. Auto throttle should be also slowed down on descent and turn off before landing. So what about that? What about that call for me to not go above 180? Would the FMS handle that, or should, if that's the case where you have to throw it into manual, right? Isn't that what they said? Do not go above 180. So she said, yeah, descend and maintain 15,000. So we'll make a change there. Now 15,000. Toggle flight level change. And speed not above 180 knots. So what are your experiences with that? So if I leave it in FMS, will it maintain under 180 as air traffic control wants, or that is a case where you have to put it into manual and lower it yourself? It's 204. It raised when I toggled it. It was 178. You have to manually put it in. That's a bug. Descent speed is typically a 250, about 10,000. Correct. Under 10,000, they want you under 250.
Vancouver Center, Kin Sierra Victor India 49er is at flight level tree 80, descending 15,000.
Coming into a pretty part of the world. Oh yeah, what was I doing? I was supposed to do a commercial. It's already 18 minutes after the hour. So where's that aviator edition? There it is. I've heard you can upgrade and only pay the difference. I'm not entirely certain about that. So that should drop in a minute. I've got to turn off that counter. I've got to find where to turn that off, so it doesn't do the countdown thing. It just drops when you press it. And then here comes an ad. Forgive me, I'm having to do ads manually today. YouTube is being super ridiculous about putting an ad like every 3 minutes into my shows. No matter what setting I'm using, it's just flooding my shows with ads. And if I didn't care about you, I wouldn't care. More ads for me. But that's ridiculous. I can't stand being flooded with ads when I'm watching something. I get mad. And then I don't subscribe, and I blame it on the person who's running the channel. Because we have control over the ads, or so I thought. I'll tell Mrs. SKYDUDE, I don't want to watch this anymore. This guy's channel, he has the ability to set his ads to low, medium, or high, or schedule them, and he is being a jerk and just pummeling us with ads during his program. Now I apologize.
Expedite your descent 15,000.
hangar doors breathing. Rust on a rivet, white skin. A logbook full of crossed out names. Every takeoff, never landing again. Polished chrome, but the paint feels cold. Tail number burned like a curse. Keys in my palm, crew all gone, you're next. Says the fuel and the thirst. Runway 13, and the lights go red. This CJ4 wants my head. Autopilot laughing in a metal grin. Every switch I touch drags me deeper in. Cabin lights dim, and the doors lock tight. Engines howl like they taste my fright. This ain't a plane, it's a hungry prayer. Runway 13, it wants me in the air. It wants me in the air. Checklist, whispers of words I never wrote. Close your eyes on rotation, scrawling somebody else's notes. Yoke starts moving on its own. Trim wheel spinning, skin on bone. Oxygen mask drop hissing my name. My voice in the headset, but I never call the tower at all. And the lights go red. This CJ4 wants my head. Auto throttle jerks, pull the throttle wide. Rips the ground away, swears I'll never slide. Cabin chase hard like a wicked grin. Sealed with every ghost trapped within. This ain't a plane, it's a hunting snare. Runway 13, it drags me through the air.
We are not descending fast enough. We're supposed to be right here at 13,000 feet. And that's supposed to be 5,100 feet. So we're descending way too slow. We're supposed to be at 13,000 something right here at Nap, which we just crossed. And by Satas, we're supposed to be at 5,100 feet. And so I don't know that we're going to make it. So just to give me a little bit of, just a tiny bit of breathing room. Oops. I'm going back to Nap. So until we get down to at least 13, I'm not advancing anymore. And I've got us in a dumb descent. Dumb for the VIP and dumb that I have to use the speed brake to maintain under 180 knots to bring us down. I can relax a little bit now that I've spun us in a circle. But she climbs like a beast. This thing climbs really well. Descent, I don't know, maybe not so much. The initialization page, there's a lot of things you can do with the initialization page that I don't do. It's like going into your FMC on every flight and making sure all your V speeds and everything's input properly. So yes, there's a lot of things that you can do as far as like, here's your initialization screen, there's that back. Here, you're in it. normally it does have a reset initialization, accept initializations, takeoff data, weight and fuels. So yeah, there's a lot more. There's definitely a lot more to this. There's 20,000. Right. Normally, that's where I learned it from the Honda Jet. The Honda Jet has got a really neat initialization when you get into it. And yeah, it's all pre-flight stuff. But you can set passengers and... There's 19. Click the barrel. Beautiful sky, beautiful ground, beautiful terrain, yeah. That's lovely. Looks like we got ourselves some good fishing, fellas. Good camping, good fishing. Oh, lots of water.
Can Sierra Victor India 49er. You can cancel IFR. Continue VFR to your destination. Can Sierra Victor India 49er. Descend and maintain 6,000.
Descend to 6,000.
Descend and maintain 6,000.
Great, because we need to be at 5,001 for STATA or whatever the heck it is. Thousand. Flight level change. I'm gonna leave the speed brake on for the descent. See what it does. Well, it's an... Let me put it back to FMS. Maybe not. But let me at least turn the speed brake off, or I stalled the thing. The speed manual should be holding us at 162. Okay, let's go ahead and start advancing. Where are we at? Okay, we're back to there. So we can go ahead and now advance to SATAS or the next one. Verpro. Okay. Aaron, career mode is fairly unrealistic. Well, one, it's so damn expensive. The sim does a lot of that behind the scenes for you. Free flight in a virtual airline. You'll learn more since you have to do it all by yourself. Hazardous. I should get deeper into the flight planning stuff in free flight. I really got into... Well, when I first started flight simulators, and...
Can Sierra Victor India 49er. Please expedite your descent 6,000.
Okay, then. Let's do the vertical speed thing again. Very into flight planning, and with SkyVector, using my maps, getting my visual flight rules maps out. And that's why I really love SkyVector. Put it back in vertical speed. Put it to 2.5. Okay. Let's see what that does, and if I have to kick and brake again. Do we can keep it under 180? Nope. There. A little bit of speed brake. Okay, expediting our descent. And then flight planning with IFR and using the IFR maps, learning on my Victors. And then I started getting into airliners real seriously for a while and learning how to create flight plans in the FMC and string flights together. That is a lot of fun to do. So you don't have to go back to the main menu every time. You just arrive at your destination, plan a new one, plot it, get it plugged into the computer, and go. I made a couple of videos about that in the past. You know, before I became the SKYDUDE series, I would just do noob flights. I was a noob, so I would brand content as noob flights. And I remember doing some tutorials on stringing together flights in the Airbus. Look at the time again. Time is just flying today. Thank you. It's because of you guys, for sure. So, but let me pay the bills. Cool, I found the instant drop. This is a G1000 flight simulator for your desk, I guess, for Microsoft and X-Plane.
Midnight horizon, the engine's alive. Got a one-way ticket in the SkyDrive ride. On my boots, but the cockpit glows. Analog dials in the purple tone. Radio crackles a late night call. Got a rush delivery, can you haul? Town fades out in a neon blur. Runway stripes like a midnight spur. Throttle up, feel that engine crash. Small town kid gonna learn to fly. White lines flash, heart beats fast. Leave the ground, no looking back. Static fades into the blue. Just me, this bird, and a job to do. I'm a neon runway cowboy riding through the sky in a six-seat dream where the starlights fly. Got a cargo hold full of promises to keep and a restless soul that don't need sleep. Through the twilight glow and the radar lines, chasing city lights and county signs. From the backwoods strip to the skyline zone, I make my living out here alone. Mountain shadows in electric blue, autopilot humming like it always knew. Crosswinds push, but I hold her tight, dancing with the dark in the dead of night. GPS lines and a compass spin, every mile's where I'm growing in. Used to doubt if I had the nerve, now I ride every twist and curve. Fuel gauge low, but I'm locked in, chasing dawn like a second wind. Hear that tower clear me through. Runway's yours, we're watching you. I'm a neon runway cowboy riding through the sky in a six-seat dream with a star. sleep. Through the twilight glow and the radar lines, chasing city lights and county signs. From the backwoods strip to the skyline zone, I make my living out here alone. Mama said, son, don't chase that wind, but I found my life where the clouds begin. Every drop, every climb, every shaky start, built these wings in this stubborn heart. I'm a neon runway cowboy greeting the sun. Another long night flight finally done. Got a cargo hold empty, but a fire inside, and a brand new day on the other side. From the dirt road past to the endless blue, every mile up here feels true. Yeah, I found my name where the wild winds roam up in the sky. Yeah, I found my home. A runway behind me, sunrise ahead, another job wait, another sky to tread.
Those Suno songs kick so much ass. 2:37 in the afternoon. Kinneas here, broadcasting from the lovely state of Colorado Springs, the state of Colorado, in Colorado Springs, Colorado, just in front of the Rocky Mountains, the Front Range. Whoa, the wind! My goodness, the winds. So we're coming in. Thank you. Forgive me, I'm really bad with Discord. Some things are going on in Discord, and I acknowledge them, but I'm not there yet. So if I need to click anything or do anything or respond to anything, it's going to take a bit. So pardon me a minute. Yeah, what are you doing? Are you doing a Microsoft Flight Simulator, or are you doing Red Dead Redemption today? I'm going to have it on in the kitchen. I'll put it on my phone. I don't know what I'm making yet. I got to figure something out. I don't have all... The way I say it, Hazard makes fun of me. It sounds like I'm a maid or something. Do I wear an apron? I have chores. We all have chores. I have some chores to do around a point in the day, but I'm going to try to hurry through my chores without an apron on. But I do have to set up a dinner. Don't know what I'm going to make tonight. What are y'all having for dinner tonight? Everybody here loves to cook, right? I would imagine most people do, especially cool dudes are all about, oh yeah, of course I also cook. Ah, there's the runway right there. Okay, shoot. Came up on me way faster than I was expecting. All right, I think I'm going too fast. Turn off the autopilot. And here's where I don't want to screw up like I did yesterday. Yesterday, I totally botched it by pulling... Oh, really? Is it still engaged? Or is she saying it's not? I don't know what to make of what she's telling me. She wants it on or she wants it off? I don't know what she's telling me. And that sounds like a song. Pull up, clap, clap, pull up. Ah, you were talking about the wing tips on these. It was easy to tip. That was just kind of a crap landing in general. Oh, so we've got to figure out what she wants. Does she want auto throttle all the way down and it handles it, or what? I don't know. She's driving me crazy. Madam, please. Do something with yourself. No, we're not taking off. We're landing. Oh, well, I got you all down to the ground in one piece. I hope you didn't spill your drink. When Nerd Droid was bringing it in for landing, I was raising a toast right at that time to see if I would spill anything, and I didn't spill a drop. So I apologize if I made you spill even a drop on that landing. That was pretty, kind of a little bit of a bump there. I'm sure we would have got some liquid popping out of glasses. Kind of sideways. Oh, I forgot to do that.
Ladies and gents, welcome to Burns Lake. Local time is 2:44 p.m. For your safety, the captain has requested that you remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until we come to a complete stop.
Yeah.
The seatbelt sign is turned off. Please make sure you take all your belongings with you when you get off.
Always remember, I own this plane. It's always a smoking flight if you want it. Your landing rate was 145 and you're 830. I'd give myself 10%. I trust my community more than your flight stats. Yeah, that's probably like a 10%. I give myself a 10% for that one. We'll see if the VIP is happy. That's ultimately all that really matters. So good. Good. My passenger satisfaction has been very low. And as long as that's happy, I don't, yeah, I acknowledge my deficiencies with the rest of the stats. I don't even care about the reputation hits. Whatever. Easy come, easy go. We got some time in today. They took a lot there. And all my passives. I've got 26 aircraft. 26 aircraft in my fleet at the moment, and they were all working while we were working. And they're making me about $1.5 million a day on a good day, or more, 1.7. So we've already made $1 million, and I don't know if that's counting us. So they probably made at least another $1 million on top of that. So, all right. Gentlemen, I can't thank you enough. Always. Thank you. And I'll see you soon in what you're doing. And I'll hopefully see you. I'll be checking out what you're doing later with either Zomboid or Pirates. See you, Thieves. Hazardous has his show at 3:30. Atlas, I'm sure, is coming up soon. Aaron, I don't think we caught what you're doing, but if you want to take, if you're still there, Aaron, if you could quickly tell us what you're doing. Yeah, that was a pretty big hit on rep. Hey, easy come, right? Hazardous. Yeah, it ain't no thing. Just another flight. That song you did, which I'll go ahead and play us out with. That song kind of sums it all up. You know, fate is always right there on your ass trying to get you. Where is it at? Kinneas won't go down. All right. Ending the show playing us out with Kinneas Won't Go Down. See you soon.
Kinneas keeps his collar tight, like he's strangling luck every single night. Logbook thick with 1,000 lies, stamped and signed under borrowed skies. They say he's golden, steady hands, built his name on shaky lands. Every landing clean and neat, but fate keeps tapping at his feet. Oh, he laughs it off like a cheap cliche, but death's been circling anyway. Kinneas won't go down, not tonight. Even when the engines cough mid-flight. He's dancing on a razor line between we're fine and we're out of time. Yeah, he shrugs it off when he hits the ground, but something keeps trying to take him down. Hydraulics fail at 32. Cabin's calm, but he knows the truth. Co-pilot's pale, the checklist shakes while Kinneas
I'm on the wrong screen.
at the brakes it makes.
No, I'm on the right
Seen this
screen.
once or twice before.
He's not quite sure anymore.
Flips the switch with a gambler's grace, like he's cheating time in a losing race. So the tower calls, but he cuts them short. He's got his own kind of last resort. Kinneas won't go down, not today. Even when the sky turns shades of gray, he's stitching seconds into air like he's got a deal with nowhere. Yeah, he walks away when the tires scream, but you can't outrun every bad dream. Coffee cold and his hands still shake from another call he just escaped. They pat his back like he's bulletproof, but he's running thin on borrowed truth. Every nice save cuts him deep, 'cause luck like that don't come cheap. Mayday, no, stand by. I've got it. Won't go down, not yet. Even with a sky that won't forget all the times he bent the rules of fate, running late at heaven's gate. Yeah, the wheels touch down, the crowd's unbound, but someday luck won't be around. So he straightens up, plays it cool, just another flight, just another fool.
Tonight's show was not sponsored by spandex.